Buckle up, Falcons fans, because we're about to dive into one of the most intriguing storylines of the offseason. Atlanta may have just struck gold in the 2025 NFL Draft, grabbing a potential defensive star who could change the landscape of the NFC South. The pick? Jalen Walker, a dynamic edge rusher from Georgia who landed at number 15 overall. A rising star. Jalen Walker is the kind of player who makes you stop and pay attention. At 6 feet 3 inches and 245 pounds with blazing 4.66 speed, he's built to disrupt offenses. From the moment his name was called, the buzz around him has been electric. Fans are thrilled, teammates see potential, and analysts are cautiously optimistic. The question isn't just whether he'll succeed, but how quickly he'll make his presence felt on the field. The expectations game. There's a lot of debate on what Walker can bring in his rookie year. Some see him as an immediate impact player, while others predict a more gradual rise. Analyst Ton Diaz envisions Walker tallying around 5.5 sacks in his first season, highlighting his lightning-quick first step and bull-rushing power. Atlanta's strategy appears straightforward. Let Walker focus on the edge and give him plenty of snaps, especially with a thin depth chart at the position. Dave Chott, on the other hand, sees Walker as a versatile chess piece. He could mix edge rushing with off-ball linebacker duties, especially on third downs. Imagine him lining up next to Caden Ellis while James Pierce and Arnold Ebiketie collapse the pocket. Opposing offenses won't know where the pressure's coming from. A bold comparison. There's even a bolder take. Analyst Adnanik compares Walker to a queen on a chessboard, capable of attacking from multiple angles, whether as an edge rusher or a linebacker. If Atlanta's defensive schemes move him around, Walker could make an immediate splash. Kevin Knight, however, tempers expectations slightly, projecting 5 sacks while seeing Walker as a hybrid edge/Sam linebacker. His role could start specialized but expand over the season. Why Walker matters. Let's be honest, Atlanta's pass rush has been practically invisible, ranking 28th in the league last year with just 3.8 sacks per game. Walker's presence could fundamentally change that. If he reaches his potential, think a Michael Parsons light, an edge presence who not only pressures quarterbacks but forces game-changing mistakes. If he struggles, though, the Falcons might still find themselves scraping for sacks. Either way, Walker's journey will be one to watch. His rookie season is more than just a proving ground. It's a litmus test for whether the Falcons' defense can take the next step toward becoming a top 10 unit. Falcons fans, what's your prediction? Will Walker be the spark the pass rush desperately needs? Now let's shift to the news that's shaking the NFC South to its core. On Saturday morning, the New Orleans Saints dropped a bombshell. Derek Carr, their veteran quarterback, is retiring after suffering a shoulder injury that requires surgery and a year of rehab. Just like that, New Orleans finds itself scrambling with a quarterback room led by Spencer Rattler, 6 starts, Jake, 1 start, and rookie Tyler Shaw. It's a green and uncertain group for a franchise that's grown used to competing year in and year out. Saints eyeing a veteran arm. General manager Mickey Loomis didn't see this coming. With cap relief from Carr's departure, the Saints are now hunting for a proven veteran QB. 2 names are already swirling. Aaron Rodgers, who's a free agent after parting ways with the Jets, and, brace yourself, Atlanta's own Kirk Cousins. Yes, you heard that right. Cousins is now a pricey backup behind Michael Penn Jr., and Atlanta's front office has been open to moving him. The idea of Cousins landing with a division rival is wild, but it's not completely off the table. Trading Cousins to the Saints feels like heresy, but cap relief and a potential draft pick could tempt GM Terry Fontenot. Imagine Cousins, who threw for over 4,000 yards in 2024, leading a Saints team that boasts Chris Olave and a solid offensive line. Or consider Rodgers at 41 making one last push for a Super Bowl from the Superdome. Either way, the Saints would go from rebuilding to contending overnight, a move that could seriously complicate Atlanta's path to another division title. Why this matters. The Falcons have ruled the NFC South lately with 3 straight division titles and a promising 9-8 season last year. Michael Penn Jr. stepped up with over 3,200 passing yards and 22 touchdowns, giving Atlanta a reason to believe. But if the Saints grab a veteran quarterback, it's game on again. Suddenly, Atlanta's grip on the division would feel a lot more tenuous. The Walker factor. This twist makes Jalen Walker's presence even more crucial. Imagine a late-season showdown, Walker coming off the edge, crashing into Rodgers or Cousins to secure a division-clinching win. That's the dream scenario. On the flip side, if New Orleans sticks with Rattler or one of the young QBs and struggles, Atlanta could cruise to the playoffs. Either way, Walker has to be the X factor, the defensive force that decides close games. A legacy to build the stakes couldn't be higher. Walker's 5 to 6 sacks could spark a defensive renaissance, pairing with Penn's continued growth to push the Falcons to a 10-7 finish. Or better, the Saints' next move looms like a storm cloud. A savvy veteran quarterback makes them a legitimate threat. A shaky rookie trio leaves the division ripe for the taking. It all comes down to one question. Will Walker rise to the moment and help Atlanta keep the crown? Or will the Saints' new quarterback, whoever it may be, flip the script? The NFC South is on the line, and Falcons Nation is holding its breath.